Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to look at some Mini GT, Kaido House, and BBR. Well, I believe they're all produced by TSM models, miniature, whatever they are. So same people produce these models. Well, I know, obviously this is Mini GT. I think it's got Mini GT branding right on it. And then you should be familiar with that by now. Kaido House has been out for a long time. And then BBR, I believe, is also their 1/64 scale line are also made by Mini GT. I'm pretty sure that's the case. If I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comments. It's all good. All right. So we're going to look at these models. It's just recent pickups that I've got. We'll start with the Kaido House. This one I've already opened, or was already opened. This one I got from my buddy Jay. Kaido House, this is a Datsun 510 Pro Street Anniversary Edition. So this is the anniversary, I guess, of the first Pro Street ones to come out. They came out in purple and green. They were the original Kaido House castings. This is the original Kaido House casting. This time we get a chromed one, which is pretty interesting. So let's take a look at that. Go ahead and get it out of the package here. These have chases. I'm not sure what the chase looks like for this particular model, but I'm sure it looks pretty cool. And take a look at this beautiful chromed 510. I do have the original ones in purple and green. Those original ones actually go for a decent amount of cash on the secondhand market nowadays. But pretty cool. Lots of detail in there. The signature Kaido House kind of heated metal looking base, which looks awesome. And you get all the little extra pieces and parts, roll cage in there, all that good stuff. Yeah, this one does have a roll cage. The wheels are made of an alloy, which is really neat. Rubber tires, they roll really well. They're slammed to the ground. It looks pretty awesome. These cars are very cool. So I like them. Not everybody likes them because they're not true 1/64 scale. So that is like the biggest rip, I guess, on them is they're not true to scale. Junimai doesn't really care about that, obviously, because they're never true to scale. These cars are. So I dig them. I think they're a cool collection all their own, and I think these are pretty neat. So digging that. All right, let's go move on from the Kaido House. Let's take a look. We're going to do the BBR. Actually, let's do the BBR right away, and then let's get into the Mini GT. So the BBR one is probably the most exciting one, I would argue, in this entire video, but we're going to go ahead and usually I'd save that for last, but we'll go ahead and do it first, just because then we can look at some nice Mini GT models, 3 of which are Porsches. Let's go ahead and cut this cellophane because I'm having a hard time catching it with a fingernail. So BBR sells for a little bit more of a premium than your standard Mini GT. So I guess they sell for pretty much about what you pay for a Kaido House. These are going to be true 1/64 scale. This is the Ferrari Daytona SP3 in Gallo Medina, which is a red, or yellow actually, sorry. And then Ferrari official license product. You can see the produced under license. It was produced under license of MCG, Maisto, and Barago. So it was produced under their licensing, which now I think they might be able to get a license on their own, because it seems like Ferrari is not going with exclusive licensing any longer to one particular brand. They are now going to start allowing different brands to go ahead and license their product, i.e. Hot Wheels. But let's check out this thing, which this was a highly anticipated model from BBR to have them start releasing more Ferraris. They have released one Ferrari already in the past, which was kind of a cool car. Not really super into it. This one I think is much more neat in terms of what it is for Ferrari. I was trying to put it in like a Kaido House. It goes on the side like that. Box is really nice, by the way, as well in these BBR models. So let's check out the actual casting. So yeah, lots of detail. Look at that Ferrari logo in there. It's like a piece that is glued on. You get the Ferrari logo in the grille as well. Very much well detailed. Look at the interior. fantastically detailed. The wheels are rubber. This thing rolls. It's heavy. It's got a metal base, of course, a metal body. Details in the back there are just exquisite. And yes, you can't argue with this that this does not look like a pretty awesome version of this particular car, and a very nicely done one indeed. The mirrors are, I was trying to feel to see if they were hard plastic or they were rubberized. These ones are hard plastic, and they do have the reflective sticker on the back to make them look more like mirrors. So that is a nice detail, a nice touch. And of course, lots of detail in there. Looks absolutely fantastic. So this you're going to be looking at spending around $20 or so for the model, which really isn't a bad price for this particular model of this level of detail. You can get the Barago version, which is this guy right here, which is not a bad looking model either. I've shown this on the channel already. This one's got the windows up. Not a bad looking version of this, actually a very good looking version of the model. There are some differences, of course. It's not quite as detailed. This one does have an opening part though. It has an opening frunk, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why they would even bother with that, but that does happen on this. It also has rubber tires. It also has suspension, which is different. And it's got a plastic base, so it feels much lighter. So this is the Barago version. Rubber tires with tread, it rolls really nice. I would argue if you like this car, get both of these models. There's no reason to pass up this particular one. Tire size is a little bit off. This car in real life does have offset size tires, so you've got a smaller one in front, smaller rim in front, and a larger one in the back. Maybe not necessarily the circumference of the rim, but the tire sidewall thickness looks wider. It's a bigger tire in back, a fatter tire in back than in front in the real car. This one's also got, of course, side mirrors and much more detailed interior. So it's a nicer model, definitely. But this is not a bad little version of this car. Not bad by any stretch. So this is like a $5 piece. That's like a $20 piece. So if you're on a budget and you want this car in your collection in 1/64 scale, I would definitely go with the Barago. It's a little bit small, it looks like, too. Actually, no, it's pretty much right on. I thought it was going to be a little bit small. It's not. It's pretty much 1/64 scale, so nothing to argue about with this one. It just looks a little bit smaller because of the different size tire. So very, very nice, though. Both models are nice for the price, and I really like this one. Very, very awesome. I like both of them, but this one's really nice as well. All right. We'll set that to the side. That is a really cool model. Very glad I picked that one up. Next, let's take a look at this Nissan Silvia S15 Liberty Walk Super Silhouette Auto Finesse SEMA 2023. So this is the SEMA 2023 version of this particular car. We've seen this one come out in a couple of different, actually quite a few different versions have come out. So this is the 2023 SEMA version. So let's go ahead and open that up. Mini GT did a great job on this particular casting. It's been a very popular model for them, without a doubt. And clearly it is because, you know, it's a really nice looking Liberty Walk. Liberty Walk's popular, and of course so is Nissan Silvia as a car itself. So very nicely done. Get inserted details for tail lights and headlights and all that good stuff. It's metal on metal. It's a Mini GT. If you guys are not familiar with Mini GT, why is that the case? You need to go get familiar with Mini GT. That's just crazy that you're not. If this is the first video that you've ever watched with Mini GT, and you're just nuts. So pick some of these up for yourselves. You will not be disappointed. The really bang for the buck with Mini GT, definitely. I mean, it's definitely there. So could not recommend the brand any more than I already have and do. I have a ton of them in my collection, want a ton more. And I just really get excited for Mini GT anytime I open them up. Even if it's a car I don't care for all that much, I tend to really like them anyway. Like this car, I like this casting. I like this car. It's not my favorite livery, but I am excited to get another one in my collection. I think it looks pretty fantastic. So you guys let me know what you think on that one. All right. Then we're going to transition from box product to Mio exclusive product, which actually some Mini GT now, the newer ones, are actually coming out in a blister pack as well as this type of pack internationally as well. It looks like they've realized that some people really and not just US, do prefer having a carded pack card where they can show the car without actually having to open it up. If you get them in these box packages, you have no choice. If you want to look at the car, you do need to open it up and get it out of the package. I love these boxes, and obviously it makes no difference to me because I'm a loose collector, and I'm going to open up everything that I get that's going to stay in the collection. So I will always open these up. So it makes no difference to me. So if I can save a buck or two by just getting this version of it without getting the blister pack version, I'll do it. Because, like I said, it makes no difference. I'm going to open this stuff up anyway, so that packaging is just going to get thrown away. But for you people that collect carded stuff, it does make a difference. And where Mio will really make a difference for you, which is these outside ones are M&J Toys exclusive, is those have chases. So if you're into chase collecting, and you want to collect mini GT chases, M&J Toys are what you want to do for that, or Kaido House. Anywho, let's go ahead and open this thing up. This is the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 in Grand Prix white with green livery. They've made this car in, so far, red, white with red, black with red. This is white with green. We've got white with blue. And am I missing one other one that I know that they've done? I can't remember now. But anyway, they've come out with this in a few different color ways. This car, real car, was available in all these different colors from the get, so it is accurate. One side mirror, which is accurate. And of course you get inserted details for the headlights, little Porsche logo up there that looks good. And Porsche on the back, some details back there. Room for a license plate. Room for like a European style license plate, metal body, metal base, and of course this thing is a roller. All the mini GTs are rollers, so if that matters to you that you can scoot it across your desk or wherever, mini GTs are rolling vehicles always. I don't think I've ever got one that does not roll, and that's definitely part of their philosophy when it comes to designing these little cars, is to have them roll, and that is pretty cool. I do like that. There is something tactile about being able to roll the car. It makes it feel a little bit less fragile. It makes it feel more robust, and just makes it feel pretty cool, I guess. I over a car that's a static display. Now, I own plenty of diecast manufacturer cars that do not roll, and I always say when I pick those up that I don't really care that it doesn't roll, and that's sort of the truth. I mean, if it's a good detailed replica, I don't necessarily care that it rolls, but there is something a little extra, a little cherry on top when you get a nice detailed model, and then you can also just scoot it across the desk. I think that's pretty cool. So I'll never not like that. Next is this one with the same exact car, but this one is the Grand Prix white with blue, and I gotta cut this one open. This is an M&J Toys packaging. They're limited to 4,800 pieces of this US version from M&J Toys. So even though they give you the blister pack, of course, with the car in it, they also give you the box, which would be the same box that you would get with the other international version. And it's also got the plastic insert inside of it, so you can still store your car in this box, which is a great storage solution for these cars that makes them very easy to collect a ton of and very easy to store them, which is just great that storage solution is built in to their product. I love that. And you can store a lot of them because that box does not take up a lot of space, which is also just fantastic. So really, really good. I do really enjoy them. And plus, too, the box, I mean, some people argue you can't see the car through the box, you got to take it out to see it. Part of that is kind of cool. It's like, ooh, what's this one going to look like? Especially if you don't remember it and whatever, and you get to open it up and actually pull it out and take a look at it. I think that's kind of neat. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong on that or off on that, but very cool. And by the way, these boxes are really cool too. Again, the storage solution is built in, and I really appreciate that. So this one in blue looks pretty cool. I think I prefer the green one. If we got red, blue, I don't have the red one, but I really like the black one with the red trim. I think that's my favorite of these that has come out so far. But none of them are bad looking cars. You can't make this car look bad in any color combination. So I am digging all of them. So I had to pick up all of them, of course. Right? All right. Last two we got We got a Lambo and a Porsche. Might as well stick with a Porsche first. This is another M&J Toys one. So limited to 4,800 pieces for this model as well. And again, there's going to be a chase out there of this car. Not sure what it's going to look like. A lot of times they are raw. So they usually don't have paint on them, but then they do have like some of the accents or graphics and stuff on them, but a lot of times they are raw. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. This is a 911 GT3 Touring in crayon color, I guess, which I guess it's a white crayon, which some will say the most useless crayon in the box. But yeah, unless you're a real artist. But Porsche 911 GT3 Touring. Nice looking modern Porsche. They've done this car, I believe, in a ton of different colors, or at least similar trim versions of the 911, of a current 911 they've done. And they've done, I think, several different trim levels of this particular era of Porsche, this current era of Porsche. So very, very cool and very well done. Of course, it's a Mini GT. So the detail is great. Mini GT's quality control is quite good. I know I say that, now I'm going to get a screwed up one. That Lamborghini is probably going to be screwed up now. Every time I say that, I end up getting a messed up one. But seriously, though, I own hundreds of these models, and very, very, very few times have I come across a factory problem. So, or some sort of quality control issue. One gripe that you will hear from time to time about Mini GT is they do not include disc brakes on the wheels of their cars. And I know that they could do that and still make them roll. I've seen it done before. It is possible to do. But they do not include that with their vehicles, which typically isn't that big of a deal. It's not a big deal for these, obviously. You wouldn't be able to see them. Maybe for this one could have benefited from it. And you know, this car could definitely benefit from it just because you can see right through that rim. So I think that would be the only improvement you could make with Mini GT is for them to do that in a way. And I know that there's a good way to do it and keep these still rolling. So maybe someday we'll see some of those in the future. I know they've kind of teased doing it on a few models. I don't know if they're ever going to really do it, though, because that was years ago, and I haven't seen one yet. So I don't know what the future of that is, but it would be cool to see it. And actually, this crayon color is kind of a cool color. It's white, but it's like a weird off-white, like eggshell white, and it kind of is cool. I don't know. It looks nice. It's a nice-looking off-white. It's like a, you know, that scene in American Psycho with the business cards. That's what I'm thinking about with this this model right here. It's just that white, that shade is very, very nice. So I think it's pretty neat. I wouldn't mind having a Porsche in that color. I think that is pretty cool, actually. All right. And then lastly, we've got a Lamborghini machine. And it is the Aventador SVJ 63 Roadster in Nero Edberon. I have no idea. Black. It's black is what it looks like to me. Let's go ahead and open it up. I got to take it off camera here to cut it open. Cut this plastic packaging open. And let's check it out. So, again, this is packaged in a blister pack. But it is not a M&J Toys. So this is available as a Mini GT. Now, still M&J Toys are the exclusive distributor of Mini GT in the US. I think that is still the case. So you will have to search outside US to find the non-M&J Toys versions typically. So you have to get them, you know, from someone who either imports them or you have to get them directly from somewhere overseas that ships them. And there's a few places that you can do that. And these look extremely nice. I mean, this looks extremely nice, actually. I wasn't going to get this one because, honestly, what turned me off about this is that big old 63 on the side. I just am not a big fan of that number sitting there on the side. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea what the significance of that number is. Did Lamborghini start in 63? I don't think so. It was before that, right? I don't know. But you got 63 on the side of the car. There's probably a good reason for it, and somebody's going to tell me what it is. Again, licensed. All these are licensed models. You don't have to worry about anything being unlicensed. So if that's something that bothers you, unlicensed models, you don't have to worry about that with Mini GT. So they're a brand that you should definitely get into. Again, with this one, just talking about the disc brakes. I mean, this one's got pretty open rims and wheels. So I would think, yeah, I mean, this one would benefit from that feature. I think that would be cool, even though they're dark black and maybe you wouldn't see it as much. I don't know. But great details all around. The headlights look fantastic. The taillights look pretty good too. Actually look really good. So all in all, this is a really good looking Lamborghini model. It's 1/64 scale, so these look accurate next to each other. Pretty cool little Porsche, big old Lambo. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys these. Obviously, this is kind of the highlight of the video because, you know, it's a Ferrari, and Ferrari's all the hype right now, especially since they're coming out as Hot Wheels again and all of that stuff. But I would argue that we don't necessarily need it. It's going to be fun to have Hot Wheels Ferraris again. Definitely will be. I'm not, you know, denying that. I just think, you know, there has been some pretty cool Ferraris, and more cool Ferraris are coming from BBR. So we're going to see some more cool stuff down the road, and I'm excited for all of it. So Mini GT, great band. BBR, really cool casting choices, really cool brand as well. And Kaido House, digging those guys, digging Kaido House as well. Always have, always will. And thank you guys very much for watching this video. This will be in the premium/import diecast playlist on the channel. So it's probably my best playlist on the channel, which has all sorts of content of premium diecast like this. So I definitely suggest you check that out when you're able to, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day.